give it up to the youth. Loyal to the squad if we win or we lose. It is in our veins, that orange and the green running through and through. Cause you know we run it, your squad versus ours, now they don't really want it. Authentic bitch deep with pros in abundance, get ready for the storm cause the hurricane's coming. Let's give it up to the youth, loyal to the squad if we win or we lose. It is in our veins, that orange and the green running through and through. Cause you know we run it, your squad versus ours, now they don't really want it. Authentic bitch deep with pros in abundance, get ready for the storm cause the hurricane's coming.
What's good, Miami Hurricanes fans? It is nothing good on this end at all because the Miami Hurricanes lost. Yeah, they lost bad. It's nothing that I could really say about this game because it's a pathetic game for the Miami Hurricanes, because the fact of the matter is that you lose 20-6 to NC State, a team that played pretty well, just beat Clemson, in which Clemson ended up beating Notre Dame today. Miami needed this game because they have a very important game next week going to Tallahassee, play the Florida State Seminoles, who also won today against Pitt. But the story of this game is Tyler Van Dyke. He threw 3 interceptions in this game, 9 in 4 games. And the coaching staff hasn't helped him out a bit. If you go back to the North Carolina game, Tyler Van Dyke should have been pulled in that game. The offense, it seemed like Shannon Dawson and the offense can't seem to create offense when Tyler Van Dyke is in the game. Now, Miami won 2 games. They beat Virginia and they beat Clemson. But still, you had Emory Williams in there when they played Clemson, and they beat them, even though it was a close and the game went in overtime. But we pulled that game out. The highlight of this game was the defense. Even though we lost 2 defensive guys, but the defense played well enough. They slowed down. There wasn't nothing NC State could do, but every time Miami got the ball, there was always an issue either converting on 3rd down or trying to find plays. Now, it's like Tyler Van Dyke, he locks and it's like he don't have confidence to go to another receiver. It's like he has to throw the ball to Xavier, in which there was times in this game that if Tyler had really put the ball on the money, or if he had threw the ball with anticipation, especially when he threw the interception for the touchdown. The interception that was supposed to be a touchdown. When Jacoby George had curled around, all he had to do is lead the ball out. If he had threw it right then, Jacoby George would have ran right into the ball and caught it for a touchdown. Instead, he waited to throw the ball, and the defensive back was already moving in place, so he really threw it to the defensive back. He didn't even make no anticipation to throw it over the top for Jacoby to get a shot at it. Then you come down 4th and 1. You got a roughing the passer penalty on that. Then you got it 4th and 1. Instead of take the points, you would have had it 9. It would have been 9. I think 9 to what? I think 9 to 10 at the time, probably, regardless. But what you did, you tried to run the ball when you knew NC State was going to stack the line. What you should have did, especially on 3rd down, you should have did it on 3rd down. You could have played action out. I would have put Henry Parrish in the game. I would have faked the run to him.
Sorry, I'm still not sure.
I would have faked the run to him. And
You'll
then
need to unlock your iPhone first.
I would have faked the run to him. Then what I would have did is play action out and threw it in the flat. All you had to do is fake, toss out. There was times that Tyler Van Dyke seemed like he was so shell-shocked that he couldn't do anything. He either throwing it too hard, overthrowing it, throwing it short, or throwing it to the other guy. You know what I'm saying? And then just before the game was over, he got sacked and he tripped up and acted like he was hurt. But I don't, honestly, this game just, I don't even understand this game. I'm trying to like wrap my mind around it. And I said this, Tyler Van Dyke is going to lose us more games than we win games, because the fact of the matter is that either he don't want to be there no more and he's playing like he don't want to, because in the off season, if that was the case, you should have just let him transfer. And you could have started the season with either Emory Williams, Ja'Cory Brown. But the fact of the matter is that we still holding on for TVD and hope he come out of it. He's not going to come out of it. And I think TVD wants to play for Rick Lashley. That's just my personal opinion, especially SMU is coming to the ACC. Tyler Van Dyke might not go to the NFL. He might end up trying to go down there and play with Rick Lashley because he flourished in Rick Lashley's offense. But maybe that's his thing. Maybe he wants to go down to SMU. I don't know. It just seemed all fishy for him not to be playing as well as we think he could play. And he's playing like straight trash. I'm not calling him trash. His play is playing like trash. I'm not going to condemn a player or whatever, but he's playing garbage, man. His play is so garbage. And I hate to say it, Shannon Dawson's play calling is garbage. Because honestly, if you knew Tyler Van Dyke does not have any confidence to get this team in a winning position down the field, then guess what? Sit him down. I don't know why they scared to bench this guy. I don't know why Mario's so stubborn to keep holding on to this guy. We ain't going to beat Florida State next week. If Tyler Van Dyke plays, we not going to beat them. We not going to beat them. And then it's going to be unfair to put either Emory out there or Ja'Cory Brown out there against Florida State, and knowing that that's going to be it. I mean, you 6-3. You could have been 7-2. Could have been 7-2. But you didn't. You failed. You failed to maneuver. You failed to execute on levels. From the first half, going into halftime, Mario should have just sat Tyler Van Dyke and said, hey, we need a spark. If this was Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, they would have did it. They would not care about his feelings. It seemed like Mario is just, he feel like he wants to continue to give Tyler Van Dyke all the confidence he needs, and his confidence ain't there. His confidence is bad, and now it's time to move on from him. Regardless of whoever we start next week against Florida State, it really won't matter because we're not going to beat them. And then guess what? We start Emory Williams. Fans going to complain, oh, we should have kept this guy. Oh, we should have went to this guy. It's not going to matter at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because we should have kept, when Emory Williams played against Clemson, that was the time to transition, to move away from Tyler Van Dyke. Because then you would have had, I said this perfectly. I said this way back then. I said if Emory Williams plays and we beat Clemson, he should start the next game, give him a couple games under his belt. He would have been ready to play Florida State. He would have had 3 games under his belt where the offense could have really gelled around him. Tyler Van Dyke wouldn't have beat Clemson. Clemson would have beat us. Clemson would have beat us. And the thing about it is that because the fact of the matter is Clemson didn't have no tape on Emory Williams. So that's why they didn't even know how to deal with Emory Williams. But like I said, our defense is way better than it was last year. And our defense is keeping us in the game. But you cannot expect our defense to hold it down the whole game and when your offense is not scoring points. It just don't happen. It doesn't make sense. And then just to think that Tyler, we was, and like I said, I am a Tyler Van Dyke fan, but I have to be realistic about the situation. He has not proven anything. We loved Tyler Van Dyke the year when he took over for Derek King, and we thought he was going to do something. I even said, well, hey, this guy got Heisman potential. If he plays the way he played last year, he struggled. He got injured. This year, he was nicked up one game, but he has not played to the level that we think that he could play. And then this offense is struggling. We was averaging 30-something points before our first bye week. And then when we came out the bye week and played Georgia Tech, it's like we could not move the ball. We couldn't do anything. And then I don't understand it. I don't understand why we continue to change up running back so much. It's like Henry Parrish was running the ball, then all of a sudden DJ Allen was running the ball, then Fletcher was running the ball, then Cheney was running the ball. And I get it that we have a bunch of we got, it's crazy. We got Florida State, Louisville, and then Boston College. I'm just telling you, if TVD starts these games, we lose all three of them games. If TVD starts, we lose all three of them games. We could end the season losing on a 4-game losing streak. You know what I'm saying? We could be on a 4-game. 2 games back to back, we went in overtime. Emory Williams won the Clemson one, and then we went in overtime against Virginia. We couldn't even score 20 points against our NC State, which played really good defense against us, but still, we could have found ways to move the ball. We could have did some different things. We kept running the ball up the middle. We ain't ran around no edges, and it's just sad just to see this team struggle. We only scored 2 times, first and the second quarter. We ain't scored no time in the second half. No. And then if you look at the stat line, Tyler Van Dyke, 173 yards, sacked 3 times, 3 interceptions. Mark Fletcher, 115 yards rushing. Henry Parrish, 15. Cheney. Tyler Van Dyke, -15. Jacoby George, 59 yards. Kobe Young, 49 yards. Are you serious right now? Then the tight ends, they couldn't even hold the ball in their hand. So Isaiah, it doesn't even make sense for this team to, and I'm not even mad at Borales for missing that 1 field goal. I'm not even missing it. That could have been 12 points right there. The one that is at 12 points. You think about it, 12-17. You get the ball back, you have a chance to win the game. You know what I'm saying? But, Darryl Porter got hurt in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think Davis got hurt early in the game, but they should be all right. But time of possession, and it's crazy. Miami had time of possession 35-16. NC State was 24-484. Miami had the most yards, total yards, 292-231. Miami had more passing yards than them, 173-123. Miami had more rushing yards than they did, 119-108. Miami had more first downs than they did, 19-12. Miami had more penalties, 6-5. Miami had more, the key stat, Miami had more turnovers. They lost a fumble, 3 interceptions, 4-2. Miami sacked more than it was, 3-2. Miami ran more plays, 70-48. And the difference in that game? NC State was able to, every play they had, NC State was able to execute their play. They was able to make sure that their play was significant. You know what I'm saying? They made sure that everything that they had to do and move the ball. Miami made mistakes. Shannon Dawson didn't adjust it to none. He didn't Justin do nothing that NC State was doing. He didn't do anything to help Tyler Van Dyke out. And Tyler Van Dyke didn't help himself because as time that he had in the pocket, he could have ran up. His receivers didn't get free. They was all running these stretch out plays that's straight down the field when you should have been running plays across the middle to eat up, because there was a lot of space in the middle for Miami to get chunk yardage and eat the field up. But at the same time, they didn't take advantage of that at all. And then you could constantly put your defense out there. You're constantly putting your defense out there, and guess what? Your defense is going to get tired. At the end of the day, I'm not going to spend too much time on this video about it, but Miami looks bad. They look really, really bad in this game. Out of all the games they play, this is probably the most questionable game of the season, besides that Georgia Tech game. Mario Doom don't know how to manage this team. They don't know how to get the best out of this team. You have a great defensive front and a good offensive line. And I'm sure that Emory Williams or Ja'Cory Brown could be more helpful. And I think Mario just need to let Shannon Dawson be the offensive coordinator. I don't know if he's, telling them lead Tyler in there or what the case might be. And I'm sure Shannon Dawson wants to move on from Tyler Van Dyke. I'm sure he feels that Tyler Van Dyke is not the guy. I'm sure he feels like he could get a lot more out of the quarterback position with Emory Williams. But it's going to be interesting this week to see. It's going to be very interesting this week to see what they do at the quarterback position. I want to specifically see what Mario has to take, because I'm going to do a special video this week, probably Monday, about Tyler Van Dyke, and then on the next episode, Canes on the Daily, that's Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, I would definitely probably will go more in depth about this team and what I see them winning the next 3 games. No, if Tyler Van Dyke starts, we're not going to win the next 2 games. I can just tell you that now. But nevertheless, Miami got rolled in NC State 20-6. Coaching, I blame this on Mario for allowing Tyler Van Dyke to stay in there. I blame this on Shannon Dawson for not creating more different plays. Utilize the talent. They did not utilize the talent in this game worth the darn. It didn't at all. So until then, you know what it is.